done some stuff to it. I've tuned it, and you know, I feel that cars have endless possibilities. Any car has endless possibilities, so I know I can just keep going and going.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Automotive Anatomy. Today we have Paola. Paola, thank you so much for making some time for us.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you, and thank you to your brother for, taking the leap and being the guinea pig with me first, and then you jump on board. So thank you for that. Tell us, what do you drive?
I drive a 2018 Ford Focus RS.
RS, make sure you get that RS in there because it's a completely different machine than just a regular Focus.
Not a Focus.
Before we begin with that, tell us a little bit about your background in cars. How did that whole modification of cars, bug started for you?
Well, my dad is a master tech, so
Helps.
that helps. I have always been around cars, since I was little. I used to see my dad working on cars, and I remember I would want to help him, and I would put on gloves, and my whole goal was to get these gloves dirty. So he'd have me like grease up, some screws, and it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was just you would see him wrench, and then you're like, I want to help him get the job done.
Yes.
And what kind of cars would he work on?
All types of cars, European, Honda also. He was a master tech for Honda Acura for a while.
Okay.
So I was around all type of cars, but we had that big, European influence.
The European influence. Now, gets me to my next point. What was your first car?
My first car was a 1981 Audi 4000.
Okay, so was it a car that just came about, or you were actually actively looking for an Audi of that year?
It's what we found, but I obviously...
So yes, it was just randomly, it was within the budget.
Exactly, within the budget, and I did want European. So,
okay.
Yeah.
How was that car?
It was good.
No. So she's laughing because off camera I said, was the car reliable? You know how we are, we're mostly Honda heads, and so we're like, we kind of stay away from the Audis and those things. Was the car reliable? She says, yes, it was. So assertive. And then, tell us a little about the stories about that car, because I think it wasn't as reliable as you remember.
Well, yeah, now that I start to remember, I would, whenever I wanted to start the car, when I was at the college, I'd have to pop open the hood, take out the spark plug, spray some cleaner on there, and then put it in quickly and try to start it. And if that didn't work, I would have to redo it. It would overheat a lot, so I would, I live in Hemet, so it gets hot during the summer, and I'd be, midday, and I'd start to see, that level start going up, the temperature, so I'd have to turn it off, coast until it lowers, and then, take
That's so
off.
bad, it's not even funny. But it had AC though, right? So it worked.
That was the other one, the AC.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yes.
So you decide, hold on, so you decide that was a wonderful build,
Yes.
So then what happens to that one? That it just...
Well, it wasn't so reliable anymore.
Okay, so you get rid of that one. So then, of course, you're gonna go get something newer and more reliable.
Exactly, but no.
So what did you get next?
I got a 74 Audi Fox. So I stuck with Audi.
Oh my God. You're supposed to start with the old car and then move up, but no, you decided.
I went back.
That's right.
Yes.
And this car was definitely
very
reliable.
clean though. Both were very clean. Visually, they were beautiful.
I'm sure they were. So what was wrong with this one, or nothing?
So this one was more reliable. However, the AC, I could not use it during the summer.
Because if you used it, it would overheat.
It would overheat, yes. So I would have to use it 30 seconds and then turn it off, and then another 30 seconds.
So compromising between the car overheating or you overheating.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Wow. After that, what do you kind of venture into? Still European cars, or?
I went to a Subaru. A Subaru.
Man, you just keep going
Impreza.
downhill, huh? Such poor taste. You're like, my dad can fix it, and I can fix it.
Exactly.
So you picked up a Subaru.
Look, here's the thing. I like challenges. I like I like things that will be a little more difficult.
Okay, good. I like that. So then what happened to the Subaru?
I got rear-ended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was reliable. It was reliable. I had some grinding when I would downshift to second gear, but aside from
That's
that,
normal Subaru stuff. So then we fast forward. Now it looks like you've come a long way. You're no longer in
Yes.
college. You kind of are thinking, you know, I live in a hot place, so maybe I should get something that works with AC. How did you come about this specific car?
Well, my dad and, you know, our family, we used to follow the RS line, the European Ford RS line for a while. And obviously they never came here. And they are such beautiful cars, you know, and they look, you know, they look great. And, you know, just the fact that they didn't come here to the US makes you want to have one,
Exactly,
right?
yeah. Typical.
So then, you know, the Focus SVT came. My brother had one.
Really?
Yes, I got to drove that. I got to get a little taste
liked
of
it?
it. Yes, definitely loved it. Then the ST came here. I didn't get that. But then finally, you know, in 2016, Ford decided to bring over the RS here to the United States. So I started following it, didn't get it yet. They had some head gasket issues.
I was about to tell you, were you waiting for other guinea pigs?
Exactly.
You were, I knew it, yes.
Yeah, and then the final year came out. They're not gonna make any more Focus RS. This was a 2018 limited edition. So I decided to go for it. All the, you know, head gasket issues were resolved.
Okay.
So it's been reliable.
Well, you hope so. This is 2018. You pick it up. What was the vision for it?
You know, honestly, I didn't initially have any vision. I was just excited to have it. I mean, just coming out of the dealer, it comes, you know, very nice. A lot of power. It's all-wheel drive, which I love.
Which I didn't know.
Yes,
I thought it was front. Okay.
No, it is all-wheel
That's why the
drive.
RS, right? Specifically the RS.
Exactly.
Let the boys know. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So it's very aggressive looking as is, like you mentioned, and to me, you got it in the absolutely best color that they have available. Now you said limited edition. Is it limited edition specifically the color and the trim? Or it's just the car, it was just
It's
limited?
the car. So they only brought 1,000 of these 2018 RS over here.
Wow.
So 500 in this nitrous blue and 500 in red.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And where was the car made, you said?
It is made in Germany.
I didn't know that either. So you're still driving a European car, technically.
Exactly.
Even though it has a Ford badge up front.
Yes.
That's funny. All right, Paola, so tell us, for the front end, what do we got going on so far?
Well, I did put a Maxton design front lip. This is a UK company that does these. I also have a big mouth Velocitech. It's kind of like an air ram in the front there.
It's tucked in.
Yeah. And obviously for a feminine touch, I did, you know, pink Laminix fog lamps covers.
Which brings me to my next point. How big is the aftermarket support on these cars?
It definitely not as much as the Honda world.
I bet.
It is a little more difficult, but obviously, you know, there's a company called Mountune who has, you know, specifically designed themselves and working on Fords.
Oh.
Yeah, so that I
nice.
do have that. They are, you know, more on the more expensive side, so a lot of saving up.
She says that. Oh, yes, the lovely challenge that you said. You like to challenge yourself. There you go. Challenge yourself with more money.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, the car is just so aggressive, just from factory though.
It is.
They did an amazing job.
Yes.
So what else are you planning to do to the front end?
To the front end, eventually I would like to swap the lip out to having a carbon fiber lip to match the back.
Just throw cash, huh?
Yeah,
That's what it is, dude. Just throw cash. We've come a long way from the spark plug, huh?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Anything else? Because the front bumper is, I mean, like I said, it's very aggressive.
No, yeah. I mean, it's pretty nice as it is, so, and no complaints.
You're not going to wrap it red?
No, no. I like the blue.
That wing, though, it just sticks out. It looks beautiful. Gives you that whole rally look.
Yes. So I actually put in a wing riser.
Okay.
It doesn't come so lifted, but I did want to go with that rally look, which is why I decided to lift it a little. And this is Spoiler King lip wing.
Oh, so that's the addition.
Yes.
Ooh. It's crazy because it just looks OEM. It looks like it's one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and actually, so the 2016 and 2017 RS didn't come with the black top and the black wing. That is only the 2018 models.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And I love how they put the RS on the wing, so specific.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the rear carbon fiber piece, is that OEM?
No.
Okay.
That is aftermarket. So a little story there. I got rear-ended.
What? Okay. Okay. You're doing something. Come on.
No, I swear. It's just
you don't like the car. You wanted to get rid of it. That's what it was.
This was a kid on his phone, and I was so mad. It felt like a pretty hard accident. But when I got out, luckily it wasn't that bad. I do have some little scars here.
Okay.
But
Okay. I'm about to, you know where I'm going with this, but go ahead.
So instead of sending it to the body shop,
fixing the rear bumper,
I decided to just take the check for it and put this in, leave the little scars, because, you know, my brother said, you know, all cars have scars. It's okay. It's not going to be like a car show. This is your daily driver. So I decided to go with the Anderson composite diffuser.
He's just cracking up. See that? There you go. That's a true gearhead right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a true gearhead. First of all, you can't even see that it was hit.
Yeah.
So I like the way you rationalize things. That's perfect.
Exactly.
I love it.
And so for the rear, the tips, the muffler tips did get damaged.
Okay.
During the accident, so I just decided.
Upgrade it as well. Of course,
Why
you have
to. So we got mandrel bend pipes from the muffler and back. Changed everything. 3-inch pipes, and the tips are actually 5-inch.
Woo.
So yeah. So the original, I believe, were like 3.5.
So tell us a little about your suspension pieces. What do you got going on?
So it looks lowered, right?
Yes.
However, it does have stock suspension.
What?
We did some research. Obviously, I say we, you know, my brother and I. My brother is always in this. And we looked at Mountune lowering springs, and we saw that the spring rate was the same as the stock springs. And it already comes, you know, very dialed in. Perfect. I mean, some people complain that it's a little too stiff.
Right? Like, why are you buying this car if it's too stiff for you?
Exactly. I like that rawness, that feeling to it. So after doing some research, we found a little trick, and we lowered it about half an inch.
Freaking Paolo. And then beautiful wheel and tire setup. Tell us a little bit about it.
So these are Kansei wheels, Kansei Roku, 18 by 9.5 with a 35 positive offset.
Whoa, 9.5.
Yes.
Interesting, but they fit in so nicely.
Yeah, they were custom drilled, so big shout out to Kansei. I really like this look. As you see from my previous cars, I do like old style, look, and I feel that brings it in. It ties it in.
No, it definitely does.
I have, the tires are 255 40 Sumitomo's. Yeah.
Beefy.
They grip. They're a perfect street tire. If you want to do some spirited driving, it does well.
She says that. 255. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, these cars are not small anymore. I mean, try fitting at 255 on your 74 Audi. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it definitely, so from factory, the original wheels are, they all come in a little further in with this setup and the tire setup. It makes it, stick out flushed. I love that look.
All right, Paola, now that you clean all the dirtiness, I'm gonna call you out on it because it's so clean. People drink water, that's normal. It's okay.
I know.
What do we got going inside in the interior?
Not much. You open it up, you clearly see that it's an RS. You have RS here, RS there, RS everywhere.
Branding is kind of important when you buy a very expensive car. Yes.
Yeah. I did put WeatherTech mats, and inside I do have a spacer, because it was a little difficult to
heel toe.
Yeah, heel toe.
Ooh, okay. So little things that you notice, like,
yes.
Okay, let's just do that.
But this 2018 model does come with carbon fiber trim,
Nice.
So that is nice. Here on the doors, over there.
So pretty.
Gauges, yeah.
Now, one thing that I did know, the seats, you mentioned that people complain that they're a little too stiff for long drives. How have you enjoyed them?
I mean, the Recaro seats are nice. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
People say that they're a little, too small, but it's perfect for me.
Well, you're
holds me in.
Okay, you're also very small. So yes, you're right, I guess. Okay.
It was made for me.
It was made for you. 6-speed.
Yes.
And then, what is something that you don't like, I guess, about it? Because everything's going perfect. But what is something that you don't like? Maybe the interior or just in general?
Oh, no, the interior, it's perfect for me. However, I do have to say, in long drives, like 4 hours plus, I start to feel it in my back.
Okay. Well, that's 4 hours. That's normal. Okay. All right, let's see the monster under that powers this beautiful car.
So, I still do have the rod. I like to keep things, some things mechanical.
Okay. So why is that? Like, is there an option for having the hood struts? Or
no, there's a lot of people that just change it out immediately. I'm like, well, I could save that money for other stuff.
Apparently,
I'm okay with the rod.
No, but I like this. I like that. That's old school.
Exactly.
It's funny because if you wouldn't have not made that comment, I would have probably just dismissed it. But in essence, it's really weird that they decided to go that route.
Well, exactly. They say, an expensive car with this rod,
It's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely brings you back to your old days.
Exactly.
So what are we staring at? Because to be honest with you, I don't know what we're staring at.
A lot of plastic. No.
Love it.
No, okay.
Hey, if you can clown yourself, that's good. Then all jokes are good.
So this is a 2.3 Ford Call calls it an EcoBoost because it is turbocharged. It's an inline 4. This was specifically designed for the RS. So the reason they had the head gasket issues was because aside from translation errors, they decided to go with the 2.3 Mustang head gasket, but it's completely different. That's why they had that issue. So they had to redesign the gasket, and after July 2017, they didn't have any of these issues anymore. So that's a story on the
head gasket?
Yeah, the engine. I put in a Boomba spacer, intake manifold spacer, because eventually the plan is to go with a water meth injection system. And the
Because this is not fast enough. Okay.
well, always you get used to the power, so you want a little more and more. So these have the direct ports, individual direct ports, that would make it much easier instead of having to drill into the intake manifold. I put in this Mountoon intake because it had this accordion intake here, just to make it easier, the airflow easier. I have a Cobb air filter, and it's opened at the other end. So.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I have a Damon Motorsports rear mount, solid rear mount.
Nice.
So it's a lot of vibration in first gear.
Was that just because it's a common thing that goes out, or what the reason behind that?
Yes, and with all the power,
Gotcha.
it goes out rather quickly.
Gotcha.
And you hear like that banging. So
Gotcha.
I wanted to prevent that and just put in, that solid mount right away.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay.
I put in this crankcase breather, a Radium PCV catch can, and an Odyssey battery. That was a recent upgrade, to lose a few more pounds.
That's definitely gonna lose a lot of pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, tiny things that you do that you end up forgetting, but I think that
Transmission still stock. You like the way everything works on that?
Yeah, everything's been perfect. I mean, it has 17,000 miles, so.
I love how it has 17,000. You're already messing with it. I would not be able to do that. I know myself. I would not be able to do that.
Well, and see, that's what I said too. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it
But
stock.
your brother comes in. He's like, nah, you can do this. You can do that.
Well, but like I said, you start getting used to the power, and I'm like, well, maybe a little more, and a little here. Oh, that's right. I do have an FS Works short shifter. It's in there. So
how does that feel compared to stock?
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it's right there. It was very long in between gears.
It's kind of, it's kind of disappointing that a new car like that would have that, but maybe they do it for a different reason.
Yeah, maybe ride quality, I don't know, but yeah.
Whatever.
But now that it has that short shifter, it's very nice.
Notchy?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned it's been tuned. Do you mind sharing power numbers, things of that nature? I'm still in stock turbo, so there's none of that has been messed with.
No, and eventually I have the part. I just didn't have time to put it a wastegate actuator, so I'll be doing that. I haven't gotten it on the dyno, but I think it's pushing 400 horsepower.
Wow.
I mean, it comes with 350.
But it's crazy that you do those. They're minor stuff, compared to other cars. Minor, and you just got 50 out of nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah. but like I said, Randy is amazing. He keeps the car reliable, because there are a lot of tuners out there, that just like boost it up. You can get more and more power, but then it doesn't become reliable.
Wow, that's a lot of power. That's more than enough for me.
Exactly.
So you're content with the power. Obviously, you're kind of getting used to it. Anything major that you see yourself in the future? I mean, still stock intercooler and all that stuff?
Oh, I would like to change the intercooler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, obviously, change that. I would like to get rid of the plastic. They do. I'm
Okay,
not,
so it's
I'm not
like
a fan of the plastic. I like, you
a
know,
common
the
theme.
aluminum, you know. They do sell an aluminum intake manifold. I think, you know, that would make it, it would help, you know, and it makes it pretty.
It makes you wonder because, you know, like obviously with that spacer right there, it's so much better. Why would they do plastic? That doesn't make sense, but
I know.
they're trying to save money in some other areas.
Exactly.
All manufacturers do that.
Yeah.
How many miles per gallon are you getting?
We don't talk about
There
that.
you go. And that's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right. That's how we finish the agent part. All right, Paola, thank you so much for making time for us. Definitely love the energy, love the vibe, love the just dedication towards the cars. I mean, you definitely are a gearhead. We love it. We love it. So
Thanks.
keep on, you know, wrenching, keep on having fun, keep on listening to your brother. He's good at, you know, persuading you for the good stuff.
Exactly.
Any shout outs?
Well, you know, to all the female gearheads out there, you know, let's continue to support each other. I love seeing, you know, girls working on cars. It makes me feel that I'm not alone out there. Obviously, a big influence was my dad, who made me love cars and appreciate them. My brother, who's always there, you know, researching for me when I don't have the time. My mom, my little niece. And all my followers and supporters, thank you for everything, and thank you for letting me be here.
No, thank you. I think it's awesome. You know, when I met Pablo and he started telling me all the stories about you guys and just cars in general, it's like that's pretty cool to be able to say that you have a family that is really into cars. You know, that's how you build a lot of memories.
Yeah, and I mean, even my mom, you'd be surprised. Like, she goes with me, we'll carpool sometimes to work, and she's like, why aren't you driving faster? You bought this car for a reason.
Oh my goodness.
So she has it in her as well.
You guys are like the adrenaline family. That's why it should be.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for making some time for us. Definitely thank you for sharing your build, your history, your story. It's really motivating. And so what do you say to that one girl who has to get out and, you know, put a little clean up a spark plug? Just
save your money. It's okay. I mean, you know, you're learning as you do that.
It gets better, right?
Yep, it gets better.
Somewhat. Well, thank you so much, Paola. I definitely appreciate it. And I really appreciate your vibe and energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.